What if I told you that America's biggest threats haven't always come from outside its borders, but from secret plots so bizarre you might not believe they're real? Today, I'm diving into the wildest, most mind-bending conspiracies hidden in the pages of American history. Ones that sound straight out of Hollywood, but have roots right here in our own backyard. Hey y'all, welcome back to Factual America, the channel where we dig deep into the untold stories and overlooked facts that make the United States, well, downright fascinating. Today's video will blow your mind with outrageous schemes, government cover-ups, and curious mysteries you probably haven't heard about. So, buckle up, because by the end, you won't see America the same way again. Let's get started. All right, let's kick things off with something called Operation Northwoods. Picture this. In the early 1960s, the Cold War is heating up. America is nervous about Cuba, and the highest ranks of the U.S. military come up with a plan so jaw-dropping you have to hear it twice. Declassified documents reveal that top generals proposed the U.S. government commit fake terrorist attacks on our own soil, blaming them on Cuba, just to drum up support for an invasion. I'm talking about blowing up a drone airliner, sinking boats, and even staging shootings. All of it fake, just to make the public angry enough to go to war. President Kennedy said no way, but for years, hardly anyone knew just how close we were to this mind-boggling bit of false flag history. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Have you ever heard of the business plot of 1933? Most people haven't. Let's set the stage. The Great Depression is crushing the country, and President Franklin D. Roosevelt is rolling out the New Deal. Meanwhile, powerful business leaders, think CEOs and Wall Street big shots, are terrified that Roosevelt is leading the country towards socialism. So, what do they allegedly do? They try to recruit a retired Marine Corps Major General Smedley Butler to lead a coup against the president. Butler is supposed to organize 500,000 veterans, march on Washington, and force FDR to hand over power. Luckily for America, Butler blows the whistle and Congress investigates. No one ever goes to trial, and the story gets swept under the rug. But just think, there was almost a military takeover on American soil, led by the country's own rich and powerful. Now, let's jump forward to the 1970s and talk about Project MKUltra. This is the CIA's real-life mind control program, and it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie. To fight the Red Scare, the Central Intelligence Agency experimented with drugs, even LSD, on unsuspecting Americans. We're talking students at colleges, patients in hospitals, even random people off the street, dosed with mind-altering substances without their knowledge or consent. Their goal? To see if they could control thoughts, erase memories, or turn regular folks into unwitting spies. After stories started leaking, the government was forced to admit the project and shut it down. Still, thousands never got justice, and tons of records are still classified. Makes you wonder what else is locked away in those vaults. But conspiracy theories don't just live in the shadows, they sometimes become part of our daily lives. Take the Denver International Airport. Opened in 1995, it's become infamous for its bizarre artwork, apocalyptic murals, mysterious underground tunnels, and strange runways shaped like a swastika from above. Rumors swirl about secret Freemason societies, lizard people, and even it being the headquarters for the New World Order. Of course, airport officials laugh it all off and even poke fun at the wild stories with their own tongue-in-cheek art installations. But with constant construction, weird symbols on plaques, and no shortage of unexplained happenings, the theories only get weirder as time goes on. Speaking of weird, let's talk about the Montauk Project. Ever heard of Stranger Things? That show was inspired by rumors about the real-life Montauk Air Force Station in Long Island, New York. According to some, government scientists in the 1970s and 80s tried to develop psychological warfare techniques and went way off the rails. We're talking about stories of time travel, mind control, kids with superpowers, and portals to other dimensions in underground labs. While it's never been proven, and most sources say it's pure fiction, the blend of secrecy, strange military bases, and official denials has left these wild tales festering in American pop culture. Now, if you think conspiracies only happened decades ago, think again. One of the most persistent and divisive conspiracies out there is the theory that the U.S. government is hiding what it knows about UFOs and aliens. For decades, rumors have swirled about Area 51, a secret base in the Nevada desert. Was it just about planes and national security? Or did we really recover a crashed spacecraft back in Roswell in 1947? While government officials usually dismiss these claims, recent years have seen the Pentagon publicly release videos of unidentified aerial phenomena. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have demanded more transparency, and even some high-ranking military officials admit something strange is going on up there. Do aliens really exist? We can't say for sure, but one thing is certain. When it comes to conspiracy theories, this one's not going away anytime soon. Finally, let's turn the spotlight on something that seems less sinister, but just as strange: the Dead President's Club. Did you know that after leaving office, nearly every U.S. president meets with their living predecessors in private off-the-record gatherings? No phones, no press, just past commanders-in-chief sharing advice and insights the rest of us never get to hear. Some journalists believe these secretive chats help shape American policy in very real ways, long after these presidents have retired. No published agendas, no public records, nothing for the history books. What exactly do they talk about? How much power do these ex-presidents still wield? It's a modern-day mystery hiding right in plain sight. Let's hit pause for a second. If you're enjoying uncovering these wild plots and secrets, tap that like button and subscribe to Factual America. Which of these conspiracies shocked you the most? Or do you know one that's even crazier? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. At the end of the day, America is a land of big dreams, big ideas, and yes, big secrets. From mind control programs to corporate coups, secret societies to shadowy airport art, the truth about our country is often stranger than fiction. Maybe that's why America is so endlessly fascinating. You just never know what's lurking beneath the surface. Thanks for watching. Keep questioning, keep digging, and remember, sometimes the wildest stories are the ones that are absolutely true. See you next time on Factual America.